As ex-President Arroyo continues to face her travel ban, one plunder charge filed against her has already been cleared by the Department of Justice. Kat Domingo with the report.
Pampanga Representative Gloria Arroyo has been cleared of a plunder case filed by tax informant Danilo Lihay in connection with the sale of a prime land near the old Iloilo Airport during the Arroyo administration. The case involved the sale of the 1 billion peso property to the Mega World Corporation in 2007. Investigating panel chair Senior Assistant State Prosecutor Peter Ong said that the case lacked probable cause and pieces of evidence are not strong enough to indict the former president. The Department of Justice also gave weight to Mrs. Arroyo's counter-affidavit. GMA's legal counsel, Attorney Estelito Mendoza, stated that Lihay's complaint is baseless and it lacked the elements of a plunder case, which are accumulation, acquisition, and amassing of ill-gotten wealth by a public official. The Arroyo camp also added that GMA's sole participation in the transaction was that she signed Executive Order number 360, which allowed the sale of the said property. For GNN, Kat Domingo, Newsforce.
The Supreme Court is set to hold a special en banc session this Friday to tackle the pleadings that were left undiscussed last Tuesday, as well as the Department of Justice's defiance of the temporary restraining order issued on the watch list orders versus Pampanga Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and her husband Jose Miguel Mike Arroyo. Supreme Court spokesperson Jose Midas Marquez said that it was Chief Justice Renato Corona who initiated to call for the said special session. Marquez added that the SC is also waiting for the DOJ's reply to their show cause and comply order regarding the matter that transpired last Tuesday. It can be remembered that the Arroyo couple were set to board a plane bound for Singapore to seek medical treatment abroad but were stopped by immigration officials under the order of the DOJ. House Minority Leaders fired a shot on the Aquino administration over its decision not to allow the Arroyos to leave the Philippines last Tuesday. House Minority Member and Zambales Representative Nitos Magsaysay said that President Benigno Aquino III's treatment to his political opponents is harsher than the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos.
No copy had been received by the Department of Justice because the Department of Justice refused to receive a copy being served by the Supreme Court, alleging purportedly that it was already beyond office hours.
What has been dishonored, perhaps irrevocably, is the good name of the martyred Senator Ninoy Aquino and the sainted President Tita Cory, now that their son has chosen to learn not from their examples of humanity and decency, but from the repression visited upon them by a former dictator and Ninoy's jailer.
The House majority is unfazed by the threats of the minority to file an impeachment case against President Benigno Aquino III for defying the temporary restraining order filed by the Supreme Court on the travel ban for the Arroyo couple. According to House Representative Majority Leader Neftali Gonzalez, the impeachment case against President Aquino would be a numbers game, just like the impeachment case against former Ombudsman Merceditas Gutierrez. In the House of Representatives, there are only 30 minority members, which include the two sons and brother-in-law of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. United States Secretary of State Hillary Clinton refused to make a statement about ex-President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo's condition and her appeal to fly overseas to seek medication. Clinton said that the matter is best left to Philippine authorities and it is inappropriate for a U.S. state official to comment on the matter. Clinton is in the country for the celebration of the 60th anniversary of U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty.
President Aquino is bound to Bali, Indonesia Thursday for the 19th Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit. Aquino is hoping to strengthen overall relations with other Southeast Asian nations. Rex Remisha has the report.
President Benigno Aquino III left Manila Thursday 8 in the morning to attend the 19th Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN Summit in Bali, Indonesia. It has been recalled that the flight of the president was postponed Wednesday amid the controversial stoppage on the Arroyos to fly to Singapore. In his departure speech, Aquino said that he is confident on the success of the summit. Aquino added that the meeting is meant to unite the ASEAN member nations towards economic prosperity. For GNN, Rex Remitio, Newsforce.
The 19th Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit officially opened Thursday morning in Bali, Indonesia. The 10-member nation body were present except for President Benigno Aquino III, who delayed his flight to Bali because of the government's concern on the flight attempt of former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. Indonesian President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono opened the summit with his welcome address highlighting the summit's theme of ASEAN community and a global community of nations. Before the summit ends, ASEAN leaders are hoping to come up with a third Bali Concord that would clearly map out the road of ASEAN in the global community.
Foreign ministers present at the 19th ASEAN Summit have agreed to put up an ASEAN's Institute for Peace and Reconciliation, or AIPR. The new sub-organization aims to review and contribute to the peace and reconciliation process inherent within the region. Several issues that will be tackled by the AIPR include the Spratly territorial dispute, as well as the initiative to make Southeast Asia a nuclear weapon-free zone. Additionally, the ASEAN Institute for Peace and Reconciliation is set to be officially inaugurated in 2012 during the chairmanship of Cambodia. Ramon Joseph R.J. Bautista may celebrate Christmas and the Yuletide season in jail. Parañaque Court Branch 274 Judge Fortunito Madrona reset Bautista's arraignment to January 2012. Madrona cited the pending motions that need to be resolved, including the motions filed by Bautista's camp, saying the case should be declared void because it was illegally arrested. Meantime, the Parañaque City Jail Warden said there is no special treatment for RJ, who has been detained since November 8. Rice production in the Philippines is forecast to increase by 5.7% or almost 17 million tons in 2011 as the country regained from the long dry spell last year. The Bureau of Agricultural Statistics, however, said that the recent typhoons Pedring and Kiel devastated rice paddies and lessened production in the fourth quarter of 2011. The statistical agency added that the gains by farmers in the first half of 2011 is safe enough to offset their damages acquired in the following half.
The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, revealed that several towns in Davao del Sur have been severed by flash floods brought by heavy rains last week. Based on the report, around 8,600 families from 14 villages have been afflicted, while the sick and injured residents have already been brought to the Municipal Health Office for medical treatment. Meantime, the NDRRMC has confirmed that damage to property have amounted to some 7.75 million pesos. Early Thursday, hacker group PrivateX attacked the website of the Department of Transportation and Communications, or DOTC, where visitors of the website were redirected to a pastehtml.com page. Meantime, PrivateX also replaced the photo of DOTC Secretary Manuel Rojas II with its logo, claiming that it shows the current situation of our country's cyber culture. It could be recalled that when the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute was hacked last November 5, the visitors were also redirected to a pastehtml.com page. Vatican outraged by Italian clothing giant Benetton's campaign of the Pope kissing a leading imam. And Bradley Cooper is declared sexiest man alive by People's Magazine. These and more